Hey everybody, welcome back to my commentary playlist. Welcome to my home theater, so to speak. I hope you're having a great new year, but with everything going on in the world, I figured this was the perfect time to do a particular commentary or review of this particular movie because it's kind of it shows how a lot of people within the Christian entertainment community have gone far off base. That is a good of my arm, but anyway, this is an old Christian movie that came out probably almost 2 decades ago. I don't think it came out in movie theaters. I know I personally rented it on DVD and watched it. And the guy who wrote the movie, I used to have a lot of respect for, and he's still pretty popular within the Christian film and entertainment industry. Although some of his beliefs and personal life has veered from Christianity, so I kind of have stopped supporting him and his ministry and his movies. So this particular movie came out around in 2004, so it was being filmed around the turn of the millennia. And if you remember back around 2000, everybody was like, end of the world, Y2J. Everybody thought the world was coming to an end. So I understand why this guy wanted to write this movie, make this movie, and get it out there for Christians to watch, because it's kind of an end of the world type movie from the supposedly Christian perspective, biblical perspective. But it's just, I don't know. I'm not going to talk too much about it now. I want to let you watch the scenes and hear some of my commentary from these scenes I put together. So without further ado, let's get into the movie 6, Mark of the Beast by Pureflix Entertainment. Let's watch.
Now this is a little bit going over the top with the rulers of this world watching Christians. What I find ironic is that this movie was made over 20 years ago, and then the church was sure that Jesus was about to return, and they knew everything was in place, and the church was being persecuted 20 years ago. Forgetting that Jesus himself said he does not know when he will return again. This guy knows it. He knows that this pastor doesn't know the Bible as well as he thinks he does. He even inserts that the mark of the beast is a computer chip. And now he's being tortured for not accepting everything these rulers are pushing. So he's kind of caught between true faith and what the world says. Now for me, this scene isn't too realistic, because I don't think that we're going to have to be isolated and tortured. The Bible's clear that the tribulation will fall upon the whole world, believers and unbelievers alike. Faith will be tested, yes, but you don't have to be isolated and tortured like this poor fellow. But be for sure, God's people will face trials and tribulations. We don't have to be locked up in a prison or some torture camp to face them. We face them every day when we have to decide between God's ways and the world's ways. Unfortunately, this guy chose correctly. Now he has to leave the ways of this world. But what the thing I don't understand is, why did the writers of this movie twist together the stories of John the Baptist and Stephen the disciple, or not disciple, but elder in the church? The beheading of him is it's just a twisting of scripture. I know it makes good for movies because it's a visualization, but for me, they go over the top. Now here we see a visualization of the remnant of the church, true believers out hiding. Yeah. And reading scripture to comfort ourselves. I like that scene a lot. Although the guy reading the Bible looks kind of creepy. And these people, instead of being Christians, they look like brainwashed zombies instead of followers of Jesus. More like a cult instead of the church. So I don't really understand what the director was wanting to accomplish with this scene. Look at this guy. I don't even think the lights are on, but nobody's definitely not home. And here's the kicker. This guy is actually the director and writer of the movie. However strong his face may have been at the time, 20 years ago, sad to say, since this movie was made, he and his wife have since divorced. He's become very popular in Christian circles, but I don't know. Just because you know the way doesn't mean you automatically go the way. So, it's sad. Really sad.